Hey guys, and welcome to another TrewRehab videos this week. Again, I'd just like to start off by saying thank you and a big thank you to all of you who have been supporting me with these videos and getting in contact with me, asking questions, getting involved and being part of the community that I'm trying to get going here with my 7 diets in 7 weeks. So yes, as a first off, again, just a big thank you. We hit over 100 views on this first week of the I Quit Sugar video within the space of a day, and that to me is just amazing, and it's just great to see so many of you getting involved and being a part of the process that I'm going through over this 7 weeks. So yeah, a big thank you to everyone. So week 2, almost there. It's Sunday afternoon for me as I'm doing this video. Week 2 was becoming a vegetarian, which for me, that is a massive, I guess, challenge for me. I eat a lot of meat, and protein is a big part of my diet. And so this week I found particularly difficult becoming a vegetarian to begin with. I really planned out the week to make sure that I wasn't going to be tempted or, I guess, steer off track, because I know it would have been very easy if I come home late at night after work to kind of just reach for the pantry and go for something that I shouldn't be. So I really planned out this week, really bought all the food up front, which you should be doing anyway, but really made sure on this week to have all of my meals for lunch and dinner planned out and making sure that they were all ready to go. And we did a lot of, I guess, pre-prepping on the Sunday last week with my wife, making some vegetable lasagnas, and we had some vegetarian pizzas, so I made up the dough just ready in the freezer, get it out in the morning so it's all thawed out and ready to go. So a lot of those kind of things were just made this week a lot easier for me. So I guess I want to go into my top 5, start off with, that I have as the, every week we're going to go through my top 5 questions. How did I feel? Number 1. To begin with, very difficult. It was tough, I guess, going to a much lower content of protein. My daily protein amount would usually be about 150 grams. This week I could barely get in about 70 to 80 grams, and that was including not only the food, but I had to start using supplements. And I'm not a big fan of supplements. I tend to like to get a lot of my nutrition through my food. I'm not using supplements like protein shakes and I guess protein drinks and things like that, but I had to actually use them just to get some sort of protein, and found that a lot of my workouts this week I was taking much longer to recover from, because usually my recovery process would usually probably be a day or 2 days on most of my programs that I do for myself. And so I was finding it was taking me a good 3 or 4 days to actually recover and get rid of the soreness in my muscles, just due to the low protein, and that low protein not allowing the processes to happen actually helped with my muscle recovery and getting my body back in shape and ready to kind of, I guess, go for the next workout. So I guess that's how I mainly felt in this diet, was just the recovery from workouts was definitely most difficult. I don't want to get too graphic on it all, but eating a lot more vegetables and being no meat in the diet meant I was on the toilet a hell of a lot more than I would usually be. So be wary of that. If you're going to become a vegetarian, I guess get a sponsorship in some toilet paper, because you're going to go through some. Sorry if that's a bit too much information, but I want to be honest and upfront and kind of tell you everything about kind of how the week was, and that was a big thing for me. It was a lot more visits to the toilet. Did I like the diet? Surprisingly, yes. I didn't think I'd actually enjoy this week at all, but I found that this diet this week was great. I actually found a whole lot of new recipes that I'd never come across. I used tofu for the first time in my life. I thought I'd never go near that stuff, but made a beautiful sweet chili tofu and couscous salad. I might even try and post a video or a picture of that on my Instagram if I haven't already, so keep an eye out for that. But it was a beautiful recipe, that one, with some pomegranate, some feta cheese, some spinach, sweet potato. What else we used? We used some beetroot. So that was a beautiful recipe that I came across. My wife's vegetable lasagna was spectacular. It could have used a little bit of chicken, but because we're on the vegetarian diet, we stuck to it, and it was actually a beautiful recipe. So overall, felt great. And did I like the diet? It was fantastic. I'd highly recommend, and I'll probably start using a bit more vegetarian dishes in my diet as I'm moving forward. Was it easy to follow? In the beginning, as I said, I thought it was going to be difficult, but it was actually very easy to follow. The key to it, though, is planning. make sure you plan out your diet for the week. It's very easy to fall off this one because it's so easy just to go to the freezer and pull out a steak for the night, or pull out some chicken breasts and just cook that up, a bit of vegetables, and make it a nice easy dinner. It takes a little bit more to, I guess, extract some flavour out of a vegetarian diet, and that takes some planning, it takes some cooking, it takes some preparation time. But as long as you get that down pat, it's actually very easy to follow, and something, again, I'd highly recommend. Number 4, was it costly? It's probably the cheapest way you can possibly go. Vegetables these days, even from a good green grocery, your local market, is dirt cheap. I mean, we got an entire week's worth of food and groceries and all of the different things that we needed. Not that you need a lot of processed stuff like last week in regards to the I Quit Sugar, needing to buy a whole heap of these, maple syrup, these those sugar-free kind of stevias and that we're talking about. They're quite expensive to begin with. So this one, fresh fruit, fresh veggies, your couscouses, your pastas, rices and things like that, all dirt cheap. So definitely a very cost-effective diet to go. I think our weekly food bill this week was, I think, about $80, $90, which when you start adding meat and things like that to it, it can easily be $140, $150. So this week being at $80, $90, dirt cheap. So definitely a very cost-effective way of eating and living. And number 5, would I recommend it? Yes. I guess on the surface of it, I definitely recommend becoming a vegetarian from time to time. I'm not saying become vegetarian wholeheartedly, because I think protein is a key element to our diet, and I'd certainly make sure that you're definitely getting enough protein in your diet through your meats. But I think we eat far too much meat in our society these days, and you certainly can reduce that down a lot and kind of start looking at just different recipes and getting out there and being adventurous with your food. So that's my top 5. My reviewer question this week, a lot of people have been asking about the previous video that I did have. I talked about intermittent fasting. I really want to use that as a separate video for you guys, and because there's been so many people talking about it and asking me about, what did you mean by intermittent fasting? What do you mean that you don't eat breakfast? Isn't breakfast a highly important part of your I guess, daily meal plan? I want to make that a separate video because it is coming up more and more and more. So keep an eye out this week for my next video on intermittent fasting. It's something I've been doing for a while now. Breakfast certainly isn't the important meal that we all think about. It doesn't kind of get the metabolism growing like we think it is. It's great for energy levels. It's great for keeping your insulin levels level, and I guess just your hormone balances as well. So I don't want to go into that, but I'm definitely going to address it in a video all on its own. So keep an eye out for that video this week. I guess moving on to next week. Next week, week 3, on our 7 weeks, is, I guess, the hot topic diet made either famous or brought down by, whichever way you kind of want to look at it, Peter Evans. So we're going to be a paleo for a week. I've already kind of highly, again, researched this one again. I actually went in and bought a Peter Evans cookbook. I felt a little bit dirty about it because I don't actually agree with a paleo diet at all, but for reasons to continue and be completely honest and upfront, I'm going to completely be paleo. I'm going to take it and embrace it. I'm not going to be negative about it at all. I'm going to open my eyes to, just like this week I did. I didn't particularly think I'd enjoy vegetarian. I did in the end. So paleo, again, I have a lot of negative things about it, and there's a lot of negative press out there about it, and kind of, I guess, the cult-like nature that it's become in regards to, I guess, a lot of their recommendations. But this week, I'm going to become a paleo, so keep an eye out for some of the videos and, some of the pictures I'll be posting on Instagram this week. If you have any questions about it, feel free to email me on adam@TrewRehab, that's TrewRehab.com. And I'll see you next week after a week as a paleo. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you then. Thanks a lot, guys.